Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another Pause and Pray. I got our cat Leo here, and 7 winters ago this cat chose us as his family. And I mean that. We were at a different parish, and every evening we would put some food out for some feral cats in the neighborhood. We ended up getting them fixed. We learned that was the best thing to do, to get them fixed and leave them as feral cats because they weren't friendly. But we'd put food out for them every night. And then every morning when we'd get up, we'd see this guy on our front porch, and he'd be eating the leftovers. But he wasn't just there to eat, he was friendly. He would spend some time rubbing up against our legs, and he was dirty and he wasn't fixed, and he had lots of gunk in his ears, so we knew he wasn't being taken care of, and yet he showed up every morning. And this happened for weeks, and as the coldness of winter was fast approaching, our hearts got warmer, and we opened our doors, and this guy's been part of our family ever since. You could say that Leo chose us much more than we chose him, and that's certainly true for me because I am not a cat guy at all. But I don't mind the fact that this little guy chose us, because sometimes isn't that how it is with life and love? It chooses us more than we choose it. I mean, isn't that true in the very fact that none of us created ourselves? We didn't choose our lives. It chose us in that sense. Today the church lifts up Matthias, an apostle, and like most of the apostles, we don't know much about Matthias. The book of Acts says a little bit about him, and that when Judas betrayed the ministry, the remaining apostles needed to choose a successor. So they nominated 2 people, Joseph Barsabbas and Matthias, and then they drew lots, and the lots fell on Matthias. You could say that life chose Matthias much more than Matthias chose the life of an apostle. And yet in all of that is a holy invitation for us to pause and pray about how we've come to experience the gift of life and love choosing us, and not necessarily the other way around. In those creatures or good friends that keep showing up at the doorways of our lives to walk with us. Or maybe it's experienced when the vulnerability of another chooses to reach out to us and pulls all sorts of life and love from us. And we marvel at the gift, ultimately, that we're able to give away that life and love precisely because it first chose us. God's peace and blessings to you all.